Everyone, this is Testimonial Co-parent. The name of our family is Ujo's family, and I'm Ayodich, while my wife here is
Tulilope.
Okay, CIP, the intentional parenting. I got to know about the inner circle through my wife. I actually joined the inner circle earlier this year, though my wife has been a member of the inner circle. And I can tell you that inner circle is a place to be. This is a place where you learn and unlearn about parenting. Whatever you might have learned or you might have known about parenting, I'm telling you, when you get to inner circle, you learn new things, how to parent in the 21st century. And so I'm using this opportunity to invite you to the Intentional Parenting Annual Conference 2023, tagged The Battlefield of Parenting. Last year I was opportune to partake of the TIP conference, tagged The Parenting Advantage. And I can tell you of the truth, it was awesome. I was able to meet different speakers like Coach Wendy Ologe, the Mama Cathedral, Coach Ebuka, Coach Udo, and the likes. I learned a lot of things from them. From their words of experience, knowledge, they were just dosing us with information. And up to now, I've not recovered from what I've learned in last year's conference. And I can tell you, this year's conference is going to be wow. It's starting already, and I want to invite you to be a part of it. Come and learn how to parent in the 21st century. What you used to know before is in the before, but now come and learn a new thing. Come and learn how to do it better, how to raise leaders for 21st century, how to be a better person, how to have very good relationship with your children, how to raise children that will be able to stand up in this age and time. And I'm sure you will not regret it. So I want to see you there in TIP conference. And I'm sure your life will never remain the same again. I'm sure my wife will also have some other things to add to it, because she's been part of this inner circle for some time.
Thank you, my husband. Well, like you said, inner circle is the expectation. And the conferences we've had has been awesome, has been power-packed. And for me, I'm not expecting anything less in this conference. From the lineup of the speaker, you can see that, yes, it's going to be fire. We use fire emoji in the inner circle. So every one of us is invited to partake of this conference. Please get your book, get your Bible, and ensure that you write down. There will be revelation. I always tell Coach Wendy that, well, to me, this is a ministry where revelation is being shown as the day goes by, and we get to learn new things on how things are being done and how parenting is going by. Parenting is actually a battlefield, like this year conference has been tagged the battlefield of parenting. And I know that you don't go to a war and you go there and sit down and love. Parenting is not for lover. It is for people that are battle ready. So for you to be battle ready, for you to be able to face the challenges of parenting, you need to be battle ready. You need to get equipped for the battle. I'm inviting every one of you to join this annual conference and learn, and you see that your life will not remain the same. Thank you, everyone.
So see you at the TIP. You are welcome, and you will not have any regrets for being part of this conference. See you there. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to DIY World by Reddit Signature, where we specialize in captivating non-screen resources for children and teens. Discover a world of imagination, creativity, and hands-on learning with our remarkable collections such as jigsaw puzzles. It enhances cognitive skills, problem-solving abilities, and patience while promoting teamwork and family bonding. 3D wooden puzzles develop spatial awareness, fine motor skills, and critical thinking as kids assemble intricate wooden structures. Building block encourages creativity, imagination, mathematical skills, hands-on exploration, allowing kids to bring their ideas to life. Diamond blocks cultivate focus, concentration, mathematical skills, and precision as teenagers create stunning architectural structures. Painting by numbers boosts artistic expression, color recognition, and self-confidence as kids produce beautiful artworks step by step. Diamond painting unleashes artistic flair as kids create stunning, sparkling artwork using colorful resin diamonds. Latchwood kits encourages mindfulness and patience while creating beautiful tactile art pieces. Don't miss this golden opportunity to enrich the lives of children and teens with the magic of non-screen activity. Let's redefine fun beyond screen together. See you soon at our store, DIY World by Relic Signature, Redeemer Estate Plaza, off Piakasa Road, Lugbe, Abuja. Instagram handle, Relic Signature. Phone number, +234 815 459 5717. At DIY World, we believe in empowering young minds through balanced learning experience. Thank you.
Coach Wendy recommended Relic Signature to us in the inner circle. And because I was looking for something to engage my hyperactive son, I reached out to her instantly. She recommended some puzzles, I got them, and in a long time, I'm able to see my hyperactive son sit in one place and put things together. It's the best decision ever for me. Within 2 days, he was able to do one of his masterpieces. This 3D puzzle, I had to frame it and put it in his room. If you're looking for something to do to engage your children this holiday, trust me, Relic Signature is your best plug. Reach out to her and you thank me for it. Bye.
I want to talk about Relic Signature. When we got to the yard, Mama Cathedral made us understand that we should replace screen with other hands-on activities. And a go-to place for me is Relic Signature. I got puzzles, I got a lot of crafts, I got a lot of tools that my daughter could work with. So many of them, puzzles, painting by numbers. So for a parent that is serious and intentional about this journey, about raising kids that are smart, kids that are hands-on, not kids that are screen dependent, you need to go to Relic Signature, the one-stop store for everything that you need in these holidays. Thank you.
From all over the world.
Hello, everyone. If you can hear me, can I see your charts? Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning from every part of the world that is well represented here. Welcome to the first session of day 3 of the TIP Annual Conference 2023. Who is excited? Who is excited? I want to see your emojis on the chat box right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Noni Aniebo, and I'm honored to be your host for this session of day 3. Thank you for joining us, and I wish to quickly say a big thank you to our Mama Cathedral, the Archbishop of Parenting Worldwide.com, Coach Wendy. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm most privileged. Thank you, the TIP team, for everything, for the opportunity as well. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You are part of the transformational movement, and I can assure you every time spent here will be translated into results in the coming future. Remember, we are here for the curriculum of 18 years for our kids, and we know that whatever we do from here will determine a lot of generation to come after us. So who received WASBOs from the last 2 sessions, especially the last one, raising spiritually discerning children, raising people. If you are a climber and you stop climbing, then you're no longer a rock climber. So we keep working on it. We are not perfect, like we are being told in the inner circle. We are not perfect, but we are in a journey, a marathon of becoming, and becoming the spirit-controlled parent who watch the battles that you have to win as a parent. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Who did that with me last night? It was awesome. Thank you, everyone, all the speakers. You can imagine how it was. It was raining thunder and brimstone yesterday. And Tetima came with fire for our girls. Are we celebrating value? Are we celebrating vagina? You heard her well. There's nothing that we have to hide here because the people we are contending with have nothing to hide. So we keep saying it the way it is. Thank you so much. The light has been given to our children, according to our host, DDK, yesterday. He has been given to our children from birth. It is our duty as co-parents to co-create with God to be able to let this light shine out in the darkness we have seen ourselves. So if you're excited like me, let me see your fire emojis. Let me see your fire emojis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can see you. Any 3 points for you yesterday? If you were here yesterday and you had a breaking point yesterday, I want to see what it is that you learned yesterday. And if you're in the inner circle, you understand with me that what we learned yesterday was more like what we have always been told through our yard meetings in the inner circle. You'll be asking me, what is this inner circle all about? Inner circle is a flagship of this Intentional Parent Academy, where we are equipped yearly on a daily basis to know how to connect with our children, to know how to win this war which they face daily, and be able to win the battlefield of our children's mind. So are you a very busy parent like myself who really want to raise godly children but have limited time for it? I want to assure you that you need TIP. As we speak, we have few days left for us to be able to secure a slot. So if you are yet to join the inner circle, if you are yet to join the boats that God created for this generation to enter and be secure when the evil rain comes, I bet you would want to quickly secure a slot with just a token of 5,000 naira, and you'll be able to keep your slot. Even if you don't have the full payment now, that 5,000 naira secures your slot for the 2023-2024 session, which kickstarts on December 1. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to be out there in raining. It's a system, it's a structure. The people we are contending with have systems and structures, and we have to create systems and structures for our light in the children to shine forth. So at this point, I would like you to go through this bar and see how to book a slot immediately so that you can enjoy what we have been enjoying. I personally came to the US this year with my kids, and I can assure you my kids were on the honor roll. We have testimonials. Results are showing. Just 7 months in the inner circle, my life has transformed. Not just myself, my family, everybody around me can testify to that. So I just want to encourage, if you are yet to take a slot, you better do that now, because what we are facing is a war. It's not by tricks, it's not by hacks, it's by a system and a structure. The curriculum that is designed already for the LGBTQ is out there. We can't run away from it. It can't get better. So don't even begin to shy away from the truth unless we have this in place. So before we go ahead with today's session, I would like the media to take over to celebrate our yadas with our testimonials, or our sponsors who have graciously brought this program to us. So media, please take it from here.
Hello everyone, my name is Grace Omotasha. I'm a parent in the inner circle. So before I got to the inner circle, I used to hear people say, oh, if you implement 10%, 20% of what we learn in inner circle, you'd be a much better parent. And I thought it was exaggerated, but no, it wasn't. TIP has made me a better parent. I now parent with calm and ease. I have patience to teach my children, and the results are evident. So I teach my children things that I would never think of before. My 7-year-old started cooking. My children at 8 and 10 started going to the shop a few houses away to buy things. I had to teach them the steps, and they can go, and I feel okay, like I know they are safe. That is one of the things TIP has done for me. TIP has helped me connect more with my children. I now use the little things, their mistakes, their actions as opportunities to teach and not condemn. I am not perfect, but I'm a much better parent. The daily tools and tasks are a blessing. Being intentional about my parenting is my greatest gift. I am intentionally building life skills in my children so they won't be learning at old age what they should have learned as a child. And finally, TIP is an arc. If you don't get it, you don't get it. See you at TIP.
Yeah, thank you so much. TIP is really the expectation. If you're here, I want to see your emojis. I want to see your wow moments. So it's time for us to actually be able to call up our dear host for today's session, Miss Kibla, who is a phenomenal expert subject matter expert in this field, and would like to be able to create time. Are you with your notebooks? Are you with your implementation book? You should have 2 books. I am there with my own. You should have 2 books. 1 for the knowledge, 2 what you'll be implementing from what you gain. Remember, implementation is the key. So let us welcome our host to this morning, this evening, wherever you're coming from, Miss Kibla. Please, media, take over to announce.
This is the TIP Annual Conference.
Celia Kibler is a best-selling author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills, and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. Celia offers private and group coaching for families. She's a family empowerment coach, speaker, and the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, the International Day of Camp, and Fun Fit Family Fitness. Celia is on a mission to stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids and creating childhoods that everyone can blossom from. Celia is a mom of 5, grandma of 9, author, speaker, and family empowerment coach. With 40 years of real-life parenting experience and 40 years of educational and professional experience working with kids and their parents, she's now on a mission to stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TIP Annual Conference 2023, Celia Kibler.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Miss Kibler, for joining us with your phenomenal teaching. And I can't wait to download what you have for us today. So let us all sit tight. You have 40 to 50 minutes to give us what you have. I know it's going to be much, but after that, we'll be able to come in, take questions from the audience. So take it off from here. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone for having me. I'm excited that you're here. I'm grateful that you're all here. And we're talking about blended families, but I'm telling you, you're all going to benefit from the information I present today. Because if you don't happen to have a blended family and you take some of this information to heart and implement it in your family, you're going to see changes. So I say hello from the east side of the United States. I'm here just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm always excited to be a part of this conference and to see all of you intentional parents who have decided that this stops with me. These generational cycles of dysfunction and abuse, they stop here. I'm making a difference, and I'm going to continue to affect 7 generations to come by my decision. So let's get started. I have a lot of information. I made a lot of notes. I don't want to miss anything. Today, we're talking about navigating parenting in a blended family. And one thing that wasn't mentioned in that amazing introduction that the intentional parents created for me was that I have been successfully parenting a blended family for over 27 years. And yes, without yelling. My 5 children, 2 I gave birth to, and 3 I gained from my marriage to Rock. And we have been married for over 27 years. So our family has been happily connected for that long. And if you're in a blended family, this is going to help you do the same. So first, I want to ask you guys a question. Totally random, but I want to know what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for today? Gratitude is so important. It's so important to work with your children and make it a tradition of gratitude in your family so that every morning you talk about something you're grateful for. You start your day with gratitude. You end your day with gratitude. You can do a gratitude journal and write what you're grateful for in it every morning and every night. You can read what you wrote in the morning. It is a great way to change an attitude and to really help kids and adults realize how very fortunate we are. Grateful for life, my family, comfort, Lord's comfort, so many wonderful things, my husband. Okay, I want to ask you another question. Keep commenting with what you're grateful for. And that is, how many of you are currently living in a blended family? Are you living in a blended family right now? And if you are, what's your biggest challenge? You can put it in the comments. If you're not in a blended family, believe me, you're going to learn a lot from this talk anyway. But if you are, put in the comments what challenges you in this blended family. Maybe some people don't know what a blended family is. And a blended family is when 2 people who are parents or not parents, one is a parent, one is not, come together and join 2 families into one. A blended family has a new dynamic. It is a different dynamic. You have kids in this family that are parented by multiple parents with multiple parenting ideas and strategies. So your children that come into your home have the influence of other people that aren't you. That's one big difference in a blended family. My 3 stepsons were parented by my husband and parented by their mom. Their mom parents totally different than I do. So that was one challenge we needed to come across and evaluate and move forward from. Kids are confused. They're sad. They didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for a divorce. They didn't ask to lose their 2 primary parents in their home. They didn't ask for a new family. I want you to start seeing the world through your children's eyes. Look at someone else's perspective and try to feel compassionate towards their perspective. You chose to end a marriage. You chose to create another one. Your children did not ask for that. They are not at fault here, ever. They are never at fault for your decisions. We are all in control of one thing, and that's us. You cannot control what goes around you. You can only control you, how you react, and how you act. You cannot blame others for you acting a certain way. I hear parents all the time, because I help parents to stop yelling at their kids. I hear parents all the time say, my child made me yell. No, no one can make you yell but you. Children can trigger you. Children can get you upset and elevate your emotions, but the only one who makes you yell is you. So when you're blending a family, when you have a family, you need to recognize your child's part in this. This is so important. My family, my blended family, has been successful for over 27 years because I recognized the role of the children in this. And I respected all of them, all 5 of my kids. I respect them. I know they're human. I know they're going to have huge emotions over these changes. I allowed them to have emotions, lots of questions. Who are these people? Why do I have to live with them? Why do they have to come sleep in my house? I didn't ask for these extra humans. But in fact, the family got blended. So how are you going to make it so that it's successful for all of you? Children have crazy emotions. Let me tell you about the human brain for a minute. Let's take a quick overview of our brains. We are born with a brain, yes, but that brain does not fully develop until you are 25 years old. So if you're listening to me and you are less than 25 years old, you don't have a developed brain yet. Children are born with only a few things in their brain. They're born with basic human needs: the need to eat, the need to sleep, the need for comfort, the need for love. They are also born with a whole lot of emotions, if you haven't noticed, if you have a little one. They can go from sad, mad, happy, wild, thrilled in a blink of an eye. They can just rattle through those emotions. They are not born with. Take note. This is what children can't do because it's not in their brain. They cannot regulate their emotions until they learn how. If you are screaming and yelling and hitting your children, you are throwing a tantrum. Albeit an adult tantrum, it's still a tantrum. Why? You didn't learn how to regulate your emotion. Children learn to regulate emotions because they are taught how to do it. They are not born with it. More things they're not born with. They're not born with logic. They're not born with reasoning. Do not expect your child to go, well, let's look at this logically. Now, if you do this, blah, blah, blah. They don't have logic. They can't look at it logically. These are things you have to understand in your children and for your children when you're blending a family. They cannot look at this blended family logically if they're little kids. We teach them that. One emotion that children lack when they're born is compassion. Compassion, which is why many kids do not share, because sharing is an act of compassion. So if you are blending a family of little kids, it requires a lot of compassion. Yes? They don't have it. Not there. Compassion is not there. You have to teach it to them. You have to help these little kids understand that, yes, we kind of threw a wrench in your life here. We kind of really went off base. We now are having more people living with us. And that is a hard thing to understand and expect them to be compassionate with it. So we have to teach that. How do you do it? How do you do it? How can we teach compassion to somebody? First of all, blending a family is about the kids. It is about helping your children understand what is going on. So, question, someone in the comments mentioned that they are from a blended family. Their family that they grew up with is blended. Tell me if anyone else comes from a blended family. Is the family you grew up with blended? And what was it like? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? There are a lot of benefits to a blended family. If you really become intentional with the way you parent and the way you join these two families, you can have the success I had. You can come out with 5 children. My 5 children range from 35 to 41. And we were very fortunate that they always liked each other from 27 years ago. But they also continued to like each other. And there was not the continuous chaos and hatred and name calling and yelling that often comes from blended families. Blended families are bringing it together, 2 families with 2 different backgrounds. My kids grew up with me and their father for 11 years. Well, they're different ages. And now I am bringing in now their dad and I got divorced and I've married another man with more kids. So we've got 2 families, 2 different backgrounds coming together. It's a lot. Wouldn't you agree? It's a lot. It's a lot to put on little kids. It's a lot to put on you 2 adults. You have to be intentional. You are learning a lot about intention in this conference, in the inner circle. The name of this group is intentional. You have to be intentional. You have to be proactive and not reactive. Where do you begin? Where do you begin with all of this? Well, first of all, if you're in a blended family currently, then this one little part, you missed the boat on this, but that's okay. Right now, I just want to address that if you're thinking of blending a family, you're thinking of getting remarried. A lot of you grew up in a blended family. Some of you didn't even know it was blended, which must mean it's kind of good. You didn't even know it was blended. I'm hoping that means it was good. But before the blend, if you are thinking about this, if you are contemplating, wow, I really like this human, think I can make a life with them, you have to introduce these 2 families on common ground. Please do not just move in a family into your home. Don't just say, hey, welcome to, this is my boyfriend. These are their kids. La-di-da, everybody get along. It's not going to happen. They're going to resent you for doing it. You need to be intentional about the way you introduce the possible other parent and their children. Do it on common ground, fun places, parks, restaurants, and do it more often than once. Our kids met each other many different times before we eventually got married and created this family. They learned to know each other. They got to know each other. They talked. They befriended each other. Plus, you have to give your children the time and space to deal with this. Like I said, a lot of emotions are coming up. They're confused. They're disappointed. They're overwhelmed. A lot like you. Let them ask questions. Welcome their questions. Ask them if they have questions. You need to really think out how you can get these two families to get to know each other in a fun, cooperative, respectful way. Before you decide to blend this family, you need to talk to that possible new spouse. There's a lot of things you should go over. And frankly, guys, if you're thinking of getting married or getting together with somebody, some of these topics, albeit not all of them, and there's more, need to be discussed prior to you blending, prior to marriage, because they're going to come up and they're going to cause a huge problem. You need to talk about what will this parenting method be for our family? How are we going to parent our kids? Is one parent very aggressive and the other parent very calm? What are we going to do? Who is going to be the disciplinarian? And I give you advice. The natural parent should be the strongest disciplinarian for those children, for their children. So like my husband, if there was any discipline needed to be done, he did it with his children. I did it with my children. That avoids the, well, you're not my mom, you're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do. That avoids that, because that is things that kids automatically bring up. You're not my dad, you're not my mom. And we're not. If they have a dad and a mom, they have a dad and a mom. And I'm going to throw something in about step parenting, because this is a hard thing. And it may be different in the country where you live in. But in the United States, even though I am the step parent of these 3 children and have been for over 27 years, I have no legal rights over them. And that's a hard thing. When you're raising them and you're in this blended family and you want to help them some way, you actually, if they have a mom and a dad, don't have legal rights. Now, this, like I say, this could be different in your country, but that's something else you have to realize. Did it matter to me? No, I did what I knew was right for all of my kids. You need to talk about your parenting methods. You need to talk about things like religion. What if you are 2 different religions? In my family, my husband is Christian, I am Jewish. What does that mean for this family? My children were raised, my first husband was Christian and I was Jewish. I was still Jewish. I'm still Jewish. What does that mean for the raising of your child? If that's the way it is, you may want to discuss it from the beginning. Blended family or regular family. If you come from 2 different cultures, what does that mean? What does that mean for the family? Things like nutrition. Maybe the person you're marrying eats junk food all the time and you eat super healthy. These are things you want to talk about. Finances are huge. Why? Because in our family, we had to pay out child support for my husband's kids. That's something you need to know about. You need to make sure you have enough income to cover what needs to be covered. Finances are a huge split for families. And cheers, I have some tea. I hope you have some tea, coffee, whatever you enjoy. I also have water. I love water. Screen usage. Guys, you need to talk about screen usage. How are you going to allow your children to use their screens? Does one parent think, hey, no problem, they can be on their screens all day as long as they're not bothering me? So the other parent may like, no, we need to schedule in screen time. Well, I'll give you a hint. You need to schedule in screen time. Please do not let your child be on screens unlimited. Screens are terrible for the behavior and the moodiness and the attitude of your children. So please schedule it in. Careers, who's working, who's not working? What are you doing? Are you traveling with your job? What's going on? This is a big one, guys. If you are blending your family, what do the sleeping arrangements look like? Please do not just put some child that your child doesn't know in to sleep with them. They are not going to feel safe. They are not going to feel secure. They may even be frightened, depending on their age. Do not just put somebody in to sleep with them. And this is a big one while we're talking about sleeping arrangements and the home. Your stepchildren are not guests in their home. Let me say that again. Your stepchildren are not guests in their home. In this house, my stepchildren have a father. My children have a mother. This house is all their houses. They can come and go anytime they want in this house. Of course, they all have their own houses now. But if they need to come over, they can come over. If they're like, want to come visit your house. They didn't need permission. They didn't sleep in the guest room. Do not tell your stepchild that they're sleeping in the guest room. That is their room. And then when they're not here, it may be available for guests. These are all things that make children feel unwanted. Just imagine for a minute. Let's go back and put ourselves in the place of the child. That child comes into their dad's house or into their mom's house, and they go, oh, you can go sleep upstairs in the guest room. That immediately says you're a guest. You don't live here. You're a guest. No, they are not a guest. They are part of this new giant family. They are your child. I don't even like calling my 3 stepsons stepsons. They're my sons. I love and adore them. I love and adore their grandchildren just like they were birthed by my own children. I often get asked, do you love your daughter's children as much as you love your stepson's children? My answer, yes, absolutely, 9,000%. What's different about it? It's cool to see family traits in my daughter's children. It's cool to see like they look like me or they look like my mom or my dad. And it's cool to see that. I really don't like the word stepchildren. My grandchildren from my stepsons don't have those family traits, even though they kind of look like me and they have my personality. But they are still my stepchildren. In fact, my step-grandchildren. My stepson's son, Logan, who was the first to be born, is the one that named me Gammon. That's my name, Gammon, Gamon. It says on my necklace. And that's what all my grandkids call me, Gammon. He's the first that named it to me. So yes, I love all my kids. The other thing you need to discuss is visitation. In a blended family, there's visitation. Kids come every weekend. Kids come every other weekend. Kids come during the week. Whatever that schedule is, we need to talk about it. Yes. Mashire, yes. I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. I apologize. But you have to discuss these things prior. Okay. So let's talk about your home. One of the biggest questions I get asked is I try to do really well in my house, and then my kids go to the other house, the house of my ex, their other parent, and craziness happens. And all the things I'm trying to teach them fall apart. Well, if this is your problem, let me take a big weight off of your shoulder. You have no control over what goes on in that other house. You can have a nice little meeting with your ex, and your ex can say, oh, yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my manners. I'm going to do this and this and this. And then the kids go to that house and everything breaks loose. And nothing that your ex said they would do are they doing. So stop stressing about it. You have no control. You are no longer married to that person. You are no longer in that house. Your total focus, like what is true if you don't have a blended family, is the intention, the culture of your home. And while you're planting all these wonderful, wonderful seeds in your child, those seeds grow. You nurture them. And you know what? They're what makes them great adults. We are raising adults, not children. They're already children. Our job is to raise an adult, an intentional, confident, compassionate, kind, loving, fun grown-up. That's our job. What you plant in them at their home will help them go to the other person's home and deal with whatever's going on. You need to plant those seeds. You need to nurture them. The seeds that you plant in your child empower them to survive anywhere. Anywhere. So let's talk about a big part of family unity. And we're going to talk about it because I want you to talk about it with your kids. If you are bringing your children together, you need to talk about it with your children. You need to have a family meeting. You need to sit down, bring everyone together. You, your new spouse, your kids, their kids. Everyone needs to come together. It's time to talk. What are we talking about? We're talking about now we have this big, huge family. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to just get really mad and hate each other? Or are we going to try to love each other, like each other, and be happy that we're together and grateful for what has happened here? Let me tell you the benefits of a blended family. My two children now have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. So my 2 children that just had each other now have 5 other siblings. They have lots of nieces and nephews. If I just kept to the 2, my daughter Lauren has 2 kids. My son Kyle has no children and is not planning on having children. So Lauren would have never had nieces and nephews. Now she's got a boatload of them. My 2 children have 8 grandparents and great-grandparents, and some have passed since we've blended, including my parents, sadly. We have created this amazing, wonderful family, and we all make an effort to get along. When my ex and his wife, her 2 girls, when they got married, me and my husband were invited to the wedding, both for each girl. Why? We're family. We have holidays. We celebrate Christmas together. We all come together to celebrate. And we don't get angry and we don't have attitudes. Things happen in life. You have a relationship. It didn't work out. time for forgiveness. There is never an appropriate time to badmouth your ex to your children. Never, 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 never. It's the same with yelling and screaming and hitting. I get asked by a lot of parents, when is it an appropriate time to hit my child? They'll say, you have to admit, sometimes there's an appropriate time to hit a child. Did you ever think of that? Or did maybe someone ever tell you that? So let me ask you, when is there an appropriate time to hit you? Is there ever an appropriate time for you to be hit by your spouse? For you to be hit by someone else? Is there an appropriate time? Of course not. Well, guess what? There is not an appropriate time to hit a child. It is the same disrespect and abuse. And if you spend your blended family with yelling, screaming, hitting, all this aggressive parenting, these children will grow up hating their life. And ironically, they don't grow up to hate you. They grow up to hate themselves. And when people hate themselves, that's where you see aggression. That's where you see rage. That's where you see anger. That's where you see personal harm. That's where you see alcoholism, drug abuse, because people grow up hating themselves. If you want a reason why you should be in this inner circle, why you should be always learning to be the best you can be, think of one thing. I don't want my child to grow up to hate themselves. Because if you're not intentional, if you hit, if you scream, if you spend your life being aggressive towards your children instead of kind, respectful, and cooperative, you will have a miserable family life and all of your children will grow up to hate themselves. It is a sad truth. They actually always love their parents. The worst parents, they love. Which brings me to another side of the coin. When they are with you, give them the freedom to reach out to your ex, their other parent. Let them make phone calls. Don't be like, you can't call your mom. Nope, no calls to your mom. I want to call my mom. Too bad. Call your mom. You'll see her in a few days. No. They miss their mother. They miss their father. Once again, they didn't ask for this. They did not ask for you blending this family. They did not ask for you to be apart from their other parent. They still love and adore that other parent. Your ego has no place in a blended family. This is not about who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. Don't make it about that. Your ego is not your friend. This is not about you. This is about those children. This is about working together. This is about being intentional. This is about bonding with your spouse and showing the best example of a relationship that you can to your children. Because you know what your children are seeing when they see you and your spouse? They're seeing normal. What do I mean by that? I mean, your relationship is their normal of what a relationship should be. So if you're fighting, if you're calling names, if you're hitting each other, if you're cussing, that's your child's normal. And that's what they will do in any of their relationships, be it friends, be it step siblings, be it cousins, be it family, be it future love interests. They're taking your example, which is why your relationship needs to be so intentional. You need to be intentional in your family, in your relationship with your ex-partner, you need to think about what you say before you say it. You need to talk about what's going on and allow your children to ask you questions, even once you've blended. So what's this family meeting all about? We're sitting down. I want you to think about, and you should do this with your own family. Here's some golden nuggets for you to write down. Write down these golden nuggets. Sit down with your family and create a family vision. Every family should have their own vision, like a business does. I started my business, I had a vision. Wendy started the Intentional Parents Academy. She had a vision. You blend a family or you create a family, you should have a vision. I'm so glad you do, Sadie. Create a vision. Why did you bring these two families together? Why did you decide to have kids? Did you just accidentally get pregnant? Maybe you did. A lot of people do. However, now that you've got a kid, what do you want for it? Do you want the best for it? Or do you want this child to be hit and punished and yelled at and screamed at and feel like they're no good? This is what happens from yelling and screaming and aggression. You create a child that thinks they're the bad kid and they live up to that expectation wherever they go. You create a child that thinks they're not good enough, that they do nothing right. And the opposite side of that is they do everything wrong. If you second guess yourself as an adult, guess where that came from? It came from the lack of confidence that you had, that you were encouraged growing up. When you were growing up, you didn't have confidence. If you were yelled and screamed at, it ruins confidence. Second guessing is all about confidence. Somebody says, what do you want to have for dinner? Oh, I don't care, whatever. Even though maybe you want beans for dinner. But I'm not going to bring it up because I might be judged. Stop the judging. Stop the criticizing. Stop the ridicule. It has no place in parenting. A family meeting is a place of respect. There is no judgment. There is no criticism. There is no ridicule. Your children are invited to say whatever they'd like to say. They're invited to offer their opinions without judgment, without someone going, ridiculous. Your family meeting needs to talk about your family vision and create it together. What are your goals? What are your expectations? What are your core values? Are you a person of integrity? Do you want your children to be people of integrity? Do you want to go to church every week? That should be part of this family vision, this statement. When you don't talk about things, things blow up. Think of this. Whoever had a problem that you were upset about and you didn't want to talk to your spouse about it because you're like, I don't want to deal with it. I avoid confrontation. And most people that have been yelled at or are aggressively parented either avoid confrontation or become a bully. They learn to be a bully from their parents, or they avoid all confrontation. So they say nothing, do nothing. I'm sure that in this chat stream, if you feel like that, put it in there. Am I running out of time? Do I have some more time? Okay. I think I have a little more time. A little more time. I'm hoping. All right. So talk about these things. Invite your kids. to offer advice, things that will work well. Let me real quick talk about a few other things. Don't compare your kids, any of them. Do not treat your kids differently. When your stepchildren come to your house, if it's Saturday, and on Saturday we do gardening, then they do gardening too. It is not a vacation when they come to your house. It's their house. There might be chores and family responsibilities to do. We might do a lot of fun stuff, but they're also responsible like the children living there are. And don't parent from guilt. I think I have to tie this up a little bit, but I'll be back on Saturday with a lot more to tell you about, but don't parent from guilt. Here's what happens often when we parent a blended family. We feel guilty because our kids have gone through a divorce. So we give in to our kids' every whim. If you parent from guilt and you give into everything they want, you will create entitled children. You will create demanding children. You will create controlling, out of control children. Do not give everything they want. Practice their disappointment muscle. They got disappointed because they got divorced. They learned a little disappointment there. But you know what? Welcome to life when things don't go your way. Don't make your child expect everything to go their way. It is an impossible goal. They will get disappointed. Help them learn that disappointment is not the end of the world. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Yes, this marriage didn't work out, but look what we got. We got this incredible blended family, and everybody has all this extended family. Help your child understand what's going on while you also give them the time to explain, to ask questions, to be quiet sometimes because they just don't feel like talking. Give them permission to have their feelings and have their emotions. And can I mention one last thing? Because I have a special offer for all you guys. And that is, I am launching today my 21 days to stop yelling. 21 days, you will stop yelling. I guarantee it. If you do it, you'll stop. And I'm offering a super, super low price for this program. So if you go to quityelling.com, and hopefully there's a slide for it, quityelling.com, and put in the coupon code. You have to put the coupon code Wendy, my wonderful, amazing friend, your fabulous queen of this nation, #1 parenting coach in Africa. Put the coupon code Wendy in quityelling.com and you will get it for more than 85% off. It's like $27. Very little. 21 days. That's all you need. Thank you so much for having me. And I wish all of you days filled with peace, love, and tons of laughter. Have fun. Laughter really is the best medicine. Thank you.
Oh my God. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Can we see the fire emojis? That's how we roll here. Thank you so very much, Miss Kibla. It's been a roller coaster.
Introducing the Quiver Crèche Preschool and After School Center. At the Quiver, we believe that every child's journey of learning should be filled with joy, wonder, and endless possibilities. Step into our vibrant, colorful, and safe environment designed to spark your child's imagination. Our state-of-the-art facilities offer the perfect setting for young minds to explore, discover, and grow. Learning is at its best when it feels like play. Our carefully crafted play-based infant and preschool curriculum engages children through exciting activities that promote cognitive, social, and emotional development. The Quiver is a Montessori-inspired school and runs a unique blend of the British EYFS and Nigerian curriculum that give our children the opportunity to work independently and encourages them to take an active role in their own learning. Our after-school care center for children up to the age of 11 is dedicated to providing children with enriching skills beyond the classroom. Our robust project-based learning curriculum gives each child an opportunity to solve world issues with other children that encourages deeper learning and skills required for their future career growth. Other aspects such as community development awareness as well as world peace and progress are also emphasized in our after-school care center program. We provide each child a quality experience that helps them discover their individual potential, foster a lifelong love of learning, and mold their confidence all at once. From art and music to creative storytelling to exploring the world of tech, your child will love to come to the Quiver every day. Our passionate and qualified teachers are dedicated to providing individual attention to each child. They create a supportive and caring atmosphere that allows your precious ones to thrive and reach their full potential. At the Quiver Preschool, we believe in building strong foundations for future success. Our curriculum emphasizes essential skills such as language development, early math concepts, and problem solving. We prepare your child for a smooth transition to elementary school and beyond. We value the partnership with parents and consider you an essential part of our family or families. As your parenting partners, we provide regular updates, parent-teacher conferences, and family events to ensure you stay involved in your child's learning journey. Preparing leaders of tomorrow is what we do best at the Quiver. We nurture not just academic skills, but also the qualities that make great leaders: creativity, resilience, empathy, and confidence. Our aim is to develop well-rounded individuals who will make a positive impact on the world. Enroll now for a phenomenal learning experience. Spaces are limited, so don't miss the chance to secure your child's place at the Quiver. Come and visit us to experience the magic firsthand. Schedule a tour today and let the journey of joyous learning begin. Call us at 080-9999-4283 or visit our website at www.thequiverschool.com. Give your child the gift of the Quiver School today, where we play, learn, and flourish.
Thank you so much. An amazing session. You can see how the comment section is buzzing with fire emojis. People are expressing their gratitude. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the expose. It's always awesome. You have always been part of the yard. I'm so glad learning much again from you again today. So we'll just take a few questions and that time could allow while we roll. So I cited one of the questions here. I think it was just trying to go through. So Fumi Adefemi was asking, is there no appropriate time to hit the children? Does that mean I won't hit them at all? So what's the place of do not spare the rod according to the Bible?
So, and this question comes up a lot.
Sure.
If you take it remember as you read through the Bible, there's a lot of symbolism. There are a lot of words that are used to be indicative of other words. And spare the rod, in the overall, my opinion, and opinions that I have read, because I have read about it, the rod is not a literal rod. It means discipline, consequences, limits, boundaries, those things. Because if you don't incorporate limits and boundaries, you don't incorporate consequences, and you should always incorporate encouragement, because people are far more motivated by encouragement than they are by discouragement. If you don't incorporate those things, your child will be out of control. And that is the truth. I think if you replace the phrase spare the rod with incorporate consequences and discipline, not technically with a rod, not a rod specific, you are hurting the child if you don't do that. So incorporate those things. You hear about peaceful parenting and all of that, that cooperative parenting. I like to call it respectful parenting. It doesn't include hitting, because hitting is punishment. Punishment does nothing. Consequences is what teaches us to make a better choice the next time.
Choices, exactly.
And if a consequence is done well, we learn.
Thank you so much for that. It also aligns with what you told us earlier, that the kids are not really born with these things. We need to teach them. So at the point of teaching, these are also ingrained. Taking one more question. What if one of the children has a health challenge and is on drugs? Is it still possible to blend with another family, especially when such a health challenge can be used to stigmatize the child?
So I'm assuming they mean on drugs, like illegal drugs, like
most likely.
Yes. I mean, my oldest stepson came to live with us in 8th grade, and he was already doing drugs. It's up to you to help that child, so that's something that needs to be discussed, with something between you and your new spouse, that parent of that child. And what are we going to do to help that child? Just like if your child got on drugs or was drinking or in some other way was partaking in some kind of destructive behavior, if that was happening, you would figure out what's the best way to help. Get a counselor, see a health professional, and help that child. Will it add an extra challenge to blending a family? Absolutely. It adds an extra challenge to a non-blended family. But that's what we're here for. We're here to support, to understand, and to love our children unconditionally. And that means when they have a challenge, they have a problem, we are their coach, we are their mentors, we are their teachers. We are the person that will help them recognize it and live with it and hopefully get over it. But you may very much need the help of a professional in addition to it.
Exactly, because we must know where we need help as parents to actually help our kids. Just like you rightly said. Just one more question before we round off this session. One of the participants was asking, can you throw more light on the difference between challenge and punishment in the context of the symbolism of the rod?
Okay, so here's the difference between consequences and punishment. A consequence teaches. We all have consequences in life. Good, you do good things, you got good consequences. You do not so good things, not so good consequences. The speeding ticket, which I'm sure is worldwide, is a perfect consequence. Why is it perfect? Number one, we know that if we choose to drive extra fast on a road, we could get a speeding ticket. Now, so it relates directly to that crime. We speed, we get a ticket. Number one. Yeah. Number two, it's reasonable. They don't tow your car away and say, too bad you drove fast, you never drive again. He lets you get right back in that car and drive right off. So it's reasonable. And now you know, oh, I got a speeding ticket. Hopefully I won't speed again and get another one. And it's repeatable. Every time you speed, you run the risk of getting a speeding ticket. The perfect consequence. Now, if you were speeding and they took you and they just threw you in jail, you'd be like, okay, well, so now I'm in jail. What am I learning? Am I given an opportunity to make a better choice next time? No, because now I'm in jail for 10 years. So 10 years could be dead. What you want with a consequence is you want your child to think about what may happen if they make a certain choice so that they can decide, is this the choice I want to make? And they can learn from it.
Exactly.
A punishment just punishes. It doesn't,
Yeah,
there's no lesson,
there's no lesson
in it.
learned.
Right.
Thank you so very much.
You're
we are
welcome.
so excited. Thank you very much, Ms. Kibla. It's been an awesome experience, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to host you. Thank you to our Mama Cathedral, who has the power to bring people from all over the globe to impact our lives, and we're really very grateful. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome.
And I hand over the baton to our Mama Cathedral. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noni. Thank you, Celia. Thank you,
You're
Celia,
welcome, Wendy.
Always been here. Celia is my friend, and she's the only one that will be taking 2 sessions at this TIP annual conference. Powerful person. So you watch out for it. Celia is going
I'll be back Saturday morning, right? Oh, not
Saturday
morning for you.
Yes, teaching on, we call her the toddler whisperer. You want to be at that session on Saturday. You don't want to miss it. All right. I needed someone we were looking for someone who would talk on blended family and someone who had an experience, and no other person fits that whole,
experience
that whole
is always the best teacher,
except Celia, that, having an experience and also having to have taught people about it. Thank you again, Celia, for being part of.
You're so welcome. I'm so grateful to be here.
Yes.
I love you, Wendy.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. I love you too, Celia. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to run because we have another session in a few minutes. Right? If you remember, you saw Celia's details. I don't know if Anumpam is still here so that we can put that details on the screen again so we can all follow Celia and share and follow her and share what we learned today for this session. All right. If that is not available, you can find Celia Kibla. I'm sure if you follow me, you've seen me mention Celia many of the times. So right.
And I'm everywhere. So just look up my name. You'll find me everywhere.
Just look for Celia Kibla and you will see Celia everywhere. Thank you again, Celia, for always consistently. In fact, all I need to do is, in fact, Celia had to reach out to me to say, what are we doing? How far? What's popping? Where are we going? How are we doing it?
We're a team.
I am really grateful for that, Celia. So grateful to have you on this journey with me.
Thank you. Me too. So much. Me too.
Thank you.
Alrighty. All right. Thank you so much, Nolly, for also being our host today. It is so amazing to have you here. All right. So see you guys at exactly 4:30. You do not want to miss the next session. It is Uncle Sele. If you had listened to him talk about the fig tree and the description, you want to stay in here and listen to him. All right. So see you in a few minutes. And thank you, Celia. Bye. See you on Saturday, Celia.
Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Grace Omotasha. I'm a parent in the inner circle. So before I got to the inner circle, I used to hear people say, oh, if you implement 10%, 20% of what we learn in inner circle, you would be a much better parent. And I thought it was exaggerated, but no, it wasn't. TIP has made me a better parent. I now parent with calm and ease. I have patience to teach my children, and the results are evident. So I teach my children things that I would never think of before. My 7-year-old started cooking. My children at 8 and 10 started going to the shop a few houses away to buy things. I had to teach them the steps, and they can go and I feel okay, like I know they are safe. That is one of the things TIP has done for me. TIP has helped me connect more with my children. I now use the little things, their mistakes, their actions as opportunities to teach and not condemn. I am not perfect, but I'm a much better parent. The daily tools and tasks are a blessing. Being intentional about my parenting is my greatest gift. I am intentionally building life skills in my children so they won't be learning at old age what they should have learned as a child. And finally, TIP is an arc. If you don't get it, you don't get it. See you at TIP.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Agility Obi Ihesie. I'm a Nigerian doctor. I'm a consultant pathologist based in Nigeria, and I'm the founder of Dr. Pure Joy Skincare. Now, Dr. Pure Joy Skincare is a brand which manufactures high-quality, world-class, nutrient-packed, high-performance skincare products that caters for both adults and children. Our products take care of skin conditions like dry, very dry, dull, dehydrated, damaged skin, inflammatory skin conditions, aging skin, whatever is threatening the health of your skin. We have products that are here to take care of your skin. And we are based in Nigeria, as we said, but we ship worldwide, and we have quite a number of clients in the diaspora with excellent reviews as well. So the next thing you're going to be seeing are pictures of our product and testimonial. Trust me, we are 100% Nigerian. I know we look so good, but we're 100% Nigerian. So we look forward to having you join our family of very satisfied clients. We want to take care of you. We want to help you have joy. When you look at your skin, you should feel joy, like your skin should be popping, you should be happy. So that's what we're here for, to do for you. So get ready to see the pictures and the testimonial. You can find us on social media. We're on Instagram, and we also have a website. So our Instagram handle is at Dr. Pure Joy Skincare, at Dr. Pure Joy Skincare. And our website is www.skinbydrpurejoy.com. You can also reach us via WhatsApp or leave us a text message on 070-170-46467. So we look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to helping you get the best skin of your life. Thank you so much. There's the extra panel showing our contact details now.